I believe health will be getting removed from armor pieces in the future. Now, let me explain my theory and you come up with your own opinion on about whether or not I'm right. Does anyone here find it weird how the Deepwoken devs are adding armor pieces with physical, mantra, and monster resistances? I mean, if you look at the patch notes, they have been nerfing damage resistances like exoskeleton from 15% to 10%, Vesperian armor from 5% to 3%, to the finish from 15% to 10%, and made it so you can't have orbital ice and fist of fortitude anymore at once. But then they go on and directly negate these changes by adding armor stats that give damage resistances. I mean, how does that even make sense? Well, what if they're preparing for something? Let's put on our tinfoil hats for a second. They've been constantly reducing the amount of HP armor gives ever so slightly. What if they're planning on removing HP altogether from armor pieces and replacing it with the new stats, any of the 3 resistances? Now, before you go on in the comments saying, "This is a stupid theory, they wouldn't," well, I have some merit to this claim. Agamatsu has been talking a lot recently about exactly this to his viewer base. He ever so often brings up the question, how would you feel if health from armor was removed from the game in one form or another? And I mean, he even made a video talking about exactly that 13 days ago.
Now, the more controversial approach would be to either remove or replace health from equipment.
And one thing he mentioned in the video was that in replace of health, replace it with something like physical and elemental resistances.
There are a couple ways that they could tackle this though to make up for the lack of health. Some people suggested that they just straight up add armor resistances to equipment, like plus 3% physical resistance on a Starduster. They could even add stuff like percent resistances towards elemental as well, or add individual resistances such as blunt, slash, etc.
Which we just got last update, and his video was 13 days ago. Isn't it kind of weird that he predicted the exact update? That's why I believe the Deepwoken devs will be slowly removing HP from armor, slowly but surely, and replacing it with damage resistances. But what does replacing it with resistances have to change with anything? Well, if you think about it, the more HP you get from talents and fortitude, the more damage resistances will help you. You're going to be a lot more tanky with 50% damage resistance at 300 health compared to someone with 50% damage resistance at 250 health. And one other good thing about this is that it makes penetration a strong factor in Deepwoken. Not a lot of people care about penetration right now, but if you have the resistances on your armor, you will definitely care, making penetration another big source of damage. One last good thing about replacing health with resistances is that right now, health protects you from monster, mantra, and physical. But with resistances, you can either balance the 3 or wear armor that specs into only 1 to be super tanky against physical damage but weak against elemental and monster, or vice versa depending on what you choose. Now, this is just a theory. I just want to put emphasis on theory. This is what I just believe will happen. I could 100% be wrong, but not all theories are correct. I really appreciate it if you subscribe, as only 20% of you guys are actually subscribed. Also, we're so close to 20k subscribers. Thank you for watching and bye bye.